Hey, welcome to today's episode of THO365. We've got one of my heroes in fishing, Jay Yelas. I don't get to see you as much, Jay. You know, you're on FLW and I fish BASS, but I'm gonna tell you, early on in my career, Jay was fishing with bass and he was dominating the league. It was so cool. And Jay, I appreciate all you stand for. You know, you were always leading the focus meetings when I was coming out fishing, and just a great role model for kids and people getting involved in our sport. So really appreciate all that.
It's awesome.
But we're also a part of the same reel company with Lews, and I see you picked your all-around reel to talk about, which is one of my favorites. Tell me what you like about this setup.
Yeah, the Team Lews Pro is my favorite Lews bait caster. I mean, they've got so many good ones, but it's my favorite. It's the lightest. Well, up until this year, it's been the lightest. You know, the Team Lews Light is now actually a couple ounces lighter than the Team Lews Pro, but I love the Team Lews Pro. I use it in both the right-handed and the left-handed retrieve, and I usually use like the 6-4-1 for most of my casting and worm and jig fishing, but I like the 7-1 also, like for flipping and pitching, and or maybe burning a bait real fast. So I use, you know, different gear ratios, and the best part about it, it's 5.6 ounces.
Incredible.
There's just no fatigue. You know, if you're flipping all day or just casting a plug all day, there's just very minimal fatigue. It makes a huge difference, and the durability's
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had them 2 years and I haven't had any trouble.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's funny. Our pro staff manager called me a few years ago. He said, "Tim, do you need some new reels for this year?" And I said, "No, the ones I've had 2 years are working great."
They're still good.
But now our viewers really like fishing tips. You explained that you sometimes like a left-handed retrieve. Explain that to me. When is it that you like to use the left-handed model?
Yeah, well, I'm right-handed, so I use the lefty for flipping and pitching. I don't like to switch hands
Gotcha.
when I'm flipping and pitching, so I keep as a right-handed angler, I like to keep, for accuracy, I like to keep the rod in my coordinated arm for real precise casting and flips. And then also for setting the hook, I like the rod in my strong arm. So then I learned to wind with my left hand just for flipping and pitching. But I do all my casting, you know, plugs, spinner baits, worms. I do that with a right-handed retrieve reel. So it's also been good over the years for longevity. If you ever get an injury,
no doubt,
like in an elbow or a wrist or a shoulder, I'm able to switch over and go either way.
Right.
And so it's being ambidextrous fishing is added to my
longevity.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's a huge tip. You know, we have so many of our followers that want to get those fish tips. I know that happened to Mark Davis several years ago. When he had elbow surgery. He had to learn to reel with the other hand, and it's just like switch hitting in baseball. You know, there's applications that being able to use that left-handed retrieve. We've seen Denny Brower do it in years for flipping, and it's pretty cool. It's something I haven't learned, but I admire the people who can do it both. I feel like I've never done it before, but I imagine it's just getting out there days at a time to where it becomes natural.
Just like riding a bike, you know, you just get comfortable with it. It's muscle coordination, and yeah, it just takes practice. I learned to do it back in high school early on, so I can't do it, you know, like I can't swing a golf club left-handed or hit a baseball left-handed, but I can fish either way.
That's funny.
So anyway, it's fun.
And one more thing with Jay real quick, you know, you have a book. Tell me about your book. I know that's been out for years now. I read it years
10
ago.
Years or so.
Where can they find that book at?
It's called Jay Yelas, A Champion's Journey of Faith, Family, and Fishing, and it's really about testimony and my life journey in fishing through 2003, right after the year I won the Classic, is when it was published, and it's still available at Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com and get it online.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that I read that book, and it wasn't the fishing aspect I got out of it. It was the life, you know, your walk with your faith and everything that really was inspirational to me. Guys, go check that out with Jay Yelas, one of the true heroes in our sport and a great influence on all the kids coming up. Jay, thanks for joining us today.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Loved it.